We are starting our first journey together. I'm going to be sharing Dragon's Dogma 2 with you today. This is a Let's Play, and I will be focused on story with helpful tips along the way. Let's jump in and explore this awesome world of Dragon's Dogma 2. Spoiler warnings, though this is a Let's Play, the longer you watch, the more that will be spoiled, so watch at your own discretion. If you don't wish to have the game spoiled for you, I recommend playing it first and then watching this guide. But without further ado, let's jump in.
Honored guests, lend me your ears. Long has our Fevrimon suffered, without a true monarch to guide her and her people. Decades have passed since last His Majesty Erland sat atop the Draken throne. Long have we endured, yet it has not been for naught. At last, the bell has tolled on the age of the Council. At last, we may celebrate the coming of our rightful ruler. The return of the Sovereign.
My word! Such an inspiring visage.
Your Majesty shall have my eternal fealty.
Your Majesty, oh how long I have awaited this moment.
Behold, before you sits the rightful inheritor of the Draken throne, chosen by the dragon as its enemy. Behold and rejoice! Fortune has delivered us our savior at last! At last! Praise be, for only the Sovereign's guidance can lead us true. All hail the Sovereign! All hail! Let all present pledge their allegiance to the Sovereign. Let us be united in the hope that our liege's reign will ne'er end. Long live the Sovereign of Vermont! Long live the Sovereign!
Arisen, thou who wouldst slay the dragon, if thou seekest to behold this world in its true aspect, abandon thy reason. Cast aside thine heart and thy life both. I ask thee to demonstrate thy will, for naught but thine ambition can alter the course of the rivers of fate.
Now, which one of you was it? No need to be shy. I've just got to take down a record of your name and face. Come on, step forward.
So, selecting this one is if you downloaded the Dragon's Dogma 2 demo, you could create your character in advance. I did so.
Aha, I thought I
So I'm just
recognized
going
you.
to use that one. You can change your vocation right here. I will go over a quick rundown real quick. So fighter is up close and personal. They have a shield, so they're a little bit sturdy. They can take a hit. Archer is ranged. They rely on specially made arrows to inflict status, like you can use tarring arrows and then light them on fire with explosive bolts. You can drench them, things like that. It has like special arrows that hit multiple times. The mage is a ranged fighter, and it also has the ability to heal as well as use the elements fire, ice, lightning, and holy. Thief is up close and personal. They are fast, flashy, they deal a lot of damage, but they take a lot of damage. I will be starting as a mage.
I ill like that look in your eyes. 'Tis queerly brazen for a pawn. Most of your kind have eyes blank as a cadaver's. Mayhap 'tis only natural, seeing as how you rise from the dead. There's aught different about you, though. Could it be that you fear death just as we mortals do? Worry not, vessel. 3 days here, and you'll be longing for death's sweet embrace. Come along, you feckless dullards.
This is just kind of the tutorial area for now.
This is a bit much for me. Wearing all the old feels like a punishment.
As you can see, this world is massive.
What do you think you're up to, layabout? Get a
Just
move
by
on.
looking out, giant towers, this huge open area just to begin with.
Do your injuries pain you? Pray, do not overexert yourself. This is no place for one of your ilk. 'Tis harsh beyond measure. Even we pawns are pushed to the brink. You ought not anger the overseer. Let us proceed to the site.
Fun fact, this is Rook. He is actually the first pawn that you receive in Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, the first game.
Did I end up here? Every minute of this existence is
Time for you to get to work.
You are prepared to work? Then you ought begin by carrying stones out from the station in the back and bringing them here.
The vicinity is quite cluttered. Pray leave.
A job well done. Now the next step is to... What is this commotion? Perhaps we ought to investigate.
No, the damn thing's been awoken. You but fell that fiend, even at the cost of your lives! Get me out of here! Now!
You are most vulnerable when turned in your battles. Take care not to let your foes before too late reach them. But should the battle turn dire, keep in mind that you do have recovery magic at your disposal. Boulders, mountains, and the like can make effective weapons for leather combatants. When delivering targeted strikes, I would recommend bringing
Have a little faith in yourself.
Are you unharmed?
Consane!
You ought flee while you can. After all, your charge awaits you. You cannot linger in this place forever. You have lost your memories. 'Tis surely the work of a fell curse, but worry not. You need only believe in your own destiny, Arisen.
Consane it. The accursed creature escaped. Oi, you! Get back here! Quickly!
This way, Arisen! Come this way. Let us flee.
You must. That is the only path.
No one could survive a fall from this height. Not even a pawn.
Get down! It's getting away! Bring it down! Bring it down!
Go now, lost soul. And learn all you can of this world you must protect.
Just look at how big that world is.
Pray, keep your distance, Arisen. Worry not for me. The brine may swallow me whole, but I will not perish. There is a stone not far from here, known as a rift stone. Pray, seek it out. If you're truly the Arisen, then our paths will surely cross again.
Poor Rook.
Oi! Are you all right? What happened here? A griffin appears one moment and falls the next. And now you stand before me. Was it you then? The one who was riding on its back? 'Tis a wonder you survived. Accompany me to the stronghold. We'll treat your wounds and hear your story.
This is just one of the many creatures in the world that we can fight. As you saw, if you go into the water deep enough, the brine will swallow you up. So you can't swim. This is your escort. We're still in the tutorial stage. I would say gather everything you can. Even if you don't think you can use it, you can sell it.
Where exactly is this jail you say you escaped from, anyway? I've never heard of such a place. There's certainly naught like that here in Vermont. Could it be you were held in the neighboring country of Batal? Nay, I suppose that's unlikely. We've been estranged from Batal ever since the war. It is difficult to imagine any citizen of Vermont being sent there.
So be very careful proceeding into the open world.
Fine! Goblins! Let's take up your weapons, sir. You'll be needing it. If you find your
Monsters are just about everywhere in the world. And they can overwhelm you fairly quickly. Especially, see how little damage I'm doing. I'm just barely chipping away at that health bar. You do not want all three to be up close and personal on you at the same time. So take your time, figure out your enemy's weakness.
Employ guarded attacks to get the enemy to flinch.
Even a small enemy can be dangerous. Any body that glows like that, you can examine.
I'll not force you to receive
And you
treatment,
can
but
pick
I'd
up
at
loot
least
from
like
it.
a word.
You can either pick up valuables, or you could pick up crafting materials, usually from creatures. But I would definitely recommend looking around your environment, seeing what you can find, and get to know what's where. The stuff that grows does respawn.
Where do you think you're going?
Treasure
Can't
chests
just run off
do not
now.
respawn. Things like wild creatures, like the debris piles here, will respawn. The plants will respawn. There's fish right there in a puddle. We're gonna go pick up. They'll respawn. So even if you don't use it, pick it up. You can sell it for money. If it is a consumable,
I'll not force you
it
to receive
can
treatment,
expire.
but I'd at least like a word.
So if you are going to walk around, you're going to want to put these consumables that expire into your storage, or combine them into potions, or preserved versions that do not dry out. See how he's getting overwhelmed? Guy's using the shield, he's taking no damage. So a mage and a ranger will not be good at close range. But if you are playing a ranged, then see how a fighter keeps them at range, so you can take advantage.
Where do you think you're going? You can't just run off.
You can also climb on the environment. If you can jump on it and grab, then
Where are you going? I'll not force you to receive
Then you
treatment,
can climb
but
up it.
I'd at least like a word.
Like this rock face right here.
Where do you think you're going? You can't just run off now.
Sometimes climbing is the only way to get items.
Where are you going? I'll not force you to receive treatment, but I'd at least like a word.
Welcome, Arisen. We pawns have long awaited your arrival.
What is this? Pawns? They bend the knee to you so readily, but then... No. Surely you cannot be the Arisen.
You seek the Riftstone, do you not? We can take you to it. Pray. Come this way. Before you stands a Riftstone. Tis a gate by which we of the Pawn Legion may cross into this world. Pray, summon your pawn. Simply paint with your mind's eye the loyal attendant whom you would have serve you.
So I chose a beast run, and I went with the thief because they're going to be attacking up close and personal, and that's going to allow me to stay at range.
Pawns are known as Crossers of the Rift, for we are able to connect to and traverse other realms beyond this one. When we return, it is our duty to use our experiences and the knowledge we have gained to aid you on your journey, Arisen. From this day forth, I shall serve you as your loyal pawn, and aught I learn beyond the Rift will be at your disposal.
Well, I'll be. A pawn summoning before my very eyes. You truly are the Arisen, then. Strange. I thought the Arisen was in the capital. Surely there's only meant to be one Arisen. Fie, this is all beyond my ken. The Watchhead would know what to do, I'm sure. Though, as luck would have it, he's away. I suppose we'll save any further questions till the Watchhead returns. You're free to do as you like afore then. What? Mayhap you could make for melve then? 'Twas set upon by the dragon not long ago. The Arisen is said to bear some deep connection to the dragon. Should you be Arisen, mayhap you'll recall aught of import there.
So we're gonna get our party here.
Pray, ask aught you wish to know. Very well. May fortune...
And since we have a thief and a mage, we are going to look around. So you can view unique pawns. You can set pawn quest, which you give your pawns an item. You can look at the pawns in the rift, and you can search for specific pawns. You can search for, I'm gonna do, since I'm level 2, I can go all the way up to level 999, which is the max level pawn, and it will cost me that many rift crystals to rent. If you are friends with somebody, you can use their pawn for free no matter what level they are, and as long as they are the same level as you, they are free to rent. Down there on the left, you see where it says quest knowledge, and this shows pawns that will guide you on your quest. So I'm switching to level 2, so I get all the free pawns, so I can save my RC. So I already have a thief, so I'm gonna pick
I
up.
enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills to gathering items. I am confident and may act independently. Please
So I'm gonna hire a
formalities.
archer. Okay, and we're gonna look for a fighter, which is right here.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. I hope I can count on you.
Okay, and then now we're gonna leave the rift.
Suppose I can always run.
So you'll have traveling merchants and stationary merchants.
You shop?
They'll all have different stock.
Hope to see you again ere long.
You'll also have a merchant over
That's
here.
just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
Browsing was enough to scratch the...
Fancy a gander?
So you can get a lot better weapons and some armor. You can buy some food.
I find goods for sale. Always a pleasure.
Around here you'll find some upgrade materials for free. People don't really seem to mind if you take stuff. Up here we can jump in here and you'll see a treasure chest.
Going out, are you? You sure that's a good idea? You ought at least rest for the evening. Only don't go rushing off before you're ready. Take...
So they force you to rest here. So this is the inn. So you have...
Boy there, you seem well tired. Tell you what, you can stay here tonight free of charge. I'll expect... My pa always used to say, there's naught a good night's sleep can't buy. Being armed is better than being defenseless. You should stop by the inn in Melve if you get the chance. No hard feeling. If you prefer it, they've much more to offer.
You shan't hear me complain about an early repose.
So go ahead and rest.
Never for a moment did I doubt you'd go stronger someday. Having said that, 'tis quite a relief.
There's no discipline that steadfast devotion cannot teach.
I've beds to spare if you're looking for lodgings. And if you'd like to change your vocation, come see me anytime.
So if you chose a class that you didn't like, you can choose another class. As soon as you choose another class, you'll get basic weapons for it and armor. Your pawn can also do that. So they can acquire core skills, which they can equip. So can we. Like, see, I have focus bolt here as a core skill, and that's a charged form. The more you rank up, the more augments you'll get, the more core skills you get, the more weapon skills you get. See, I have access to fire and lightning here, and then I can give fire to my other companions. I just have to purchase them. Also, organized storage. You can deposit all the stuff you're not using. So consumables that will rot are fruit. These will rot, the horse buds. Greenwares will not rot. Morningtide may. Potions will never rot. Lantern oil's fine. You can switch over between your pawns. You can combine materials here. Now, if you combine them into potions, that they don't rot, and you can make arrows and things. Just be mindful of your carry weight.
Always a pleasure.
You'll see now if I want an additional rest, it's 1,000 gold. You'll get random quests. You'll just be walking towards people, and they'll approach you. This guy's.
We're running low on everything.
See how he just automatically stopped me?
I've had a hard time procuring. I sent Marcus to gather what we need, but I've just taken. What say you? Could I trouble you to run an errand for? Glad to hear it. Here,
so we'll do this one as a example.
Fancy a gander? I find goods for sale.
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
I say we collect as much as we can carry.
So you'll see that yellow quest marker.
You're welcome to take whatever you like from my pack, Master. I'd gladly see you put what I find to good use.
I'm just going to do this quest and one more in this video, and then we're going to head on to Melve.
That's everything assembled. Oi! Did you need something? This is from Sir Geoffrey. Why? Why should I have to do all and make haste? Oh, well, go on. You know...
We'll not find anything if we don't start looking.
How goes it? Have you gathered everything on the list yet? Haven't you anything for me yet? Well, you best get to it then.
Okay, so we'll look around. I just need a piece of fruit. Looks like there could be some up here.
Ah, a material. Useful things, these.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Perfect. And this is basically designed to teach you to combine items. This particular quest.
It is about time we pressed on, wouldn't you say, Master?
How goes it? Have you gathered everything on the list yet? Brilliant! On here. Take this. I'll be heading back to the encampment now.
Usually you get gold or something that's not really worth a quest reward, but some quests do offer some really good ones. I will point those out.
Oi, many, as I hear it, anyway, you've been a great help.
Our efforts have seen the encampment resupplied, and Sir Geoffrey with one less care. A good...
Aptly said.
I've beds to spare if you're looking for lodgings, and if you'd like to... change your vocation, come see me anytime. Always a pleasure.
Now, it's worth noting that I've been leveling up, and I've leveled up about twice now.
Hey, all. We've had to start sending out...
Is that so?
Lachlan. But...
Aye, I expect you were...
Ricardo.
What?
When... This is the first I'm hearing of... Say, you seem stout of heart. You've my thanks. And
We ought not to dawdle when our aid is sorely needed.
So I've been leveling up, and what I have not been explaining is so I'm a mage, my pawn is a thief, my other pawn is an archer, and my other pawn is a fighter. The thief, the archer, and the fighter will level strength, and the mage will level magic as its main stat. They will transfer over and as you change vocations, but they will level up that main stat. Being a mage, you're going to level up magic, a sorcerer is going to level up magic, a magic archer, a mystic spear hand is 50-50. As you can see, attacks are committed. If you start attacking, you can't stop attacking, and you might get looped. But that's what I was saying earlier, be aware of your surroundings, and know what your vocation, how it is best used. Usually you know if goblins are going to be about.
I'll turn you into a pincushion.
Because you can see these totem structures, and that will usually say that, hey, this is a goblin territory. If you ever hear music out of nowhere, you know you're in a fight. Once the music stops, you know you're good to go. But, I mean, if you explore everywhere, you will find stuff everywhere. See, here's another treasure chest. Go down that way, there's a waterfall. Note you can't swim still. Fall damage is a thing. But just about everywhere that you turn, you're going to find something to pick up. See that item I got from the quest, waking powder. I was put to sleep. My pawn.
Well done.
Who are you? You come to aid me.
Always good to have an archer or somebody that can do ranged attacks, because you never know what enemy you're going to come across when you first start playing the game.
Is that all of the... You have my thanks. I've only just enlisted. You saved me this time. Well, I'd best be heading back.
You never know what enemy you're going to run
Shall we
into
be off?
until
We've a report to make.
until you run into them. And once you start knowing what your enemy weaknesses are, where they usually frequent, then it'll be safe to
I
travel.
seem to recall there being a treasure chest in this area when I explored it in other worlds. Shall I lead the way?
When pawns say
Follow
stuff
me,
like that,
then.
you can hit go,
Unless you doubt my sense of direction.
and then they'll tell you, hey, I found a cave. Hi, I found a treasure chest. Hey, I know where this thing is.
Hidden path. I suppose there will be monsters lurking beyond it.
Harpies draws near. 'Tis weak to fire.
See, they just shouted out it's weak to fire. So now I know a harpy's weak to fire.
Such a feat. Now that is a surprise.
Our road was a long one, but here we are at last.
This here is a seeker token. So your very first one you come across, you're going to want to open your map, and you're going to want to place a marker.
Ought to be found there. Can you not see
If
it?
you're going to do the Sphinx riddles, you need to know where your very first one was in order to complete them. So always mark your first one. So we're going to go back to the encampment, and we are going to call that our first episode. In our next episode, I will get to the main town of
And here
Melve,
I was hoping for some great treasure.
and we will
Now I
continue the
feel a
story from
fool.
there.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
After we get to Melve, we'll probably go through some story events there, and then we may kick off and explore a area or two, and then we will continue on with the story. If you'll notice the health bar down there, it has green and it has white, but you'll notice that a small portion of it
Just when I needed it most. Many thanks.
is grayed out. It doesn't have anything, so every time you take damage, then that gets decreased and it eventually stops, and you can't get your health back all the way to full until you rest.
Hey, old friend. Many thanks. Aye, that it was. 'Twas a bit too early for him to... We'll be extending his training period.
Speaking of training regime.
'Tis a goodly deed we've done. Now Sir Ricardo can return to his duty in good...
'Twas a pleasure to recount such good tidings.
So that's Melve down there. We can already see it. We're going to get as close as we can to Melve this episode, and then we're going to leave off because there's a lot of cutscenes in that one. So you see that goblin up there on the cliff.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. Early clipping gets the worm, as they say.
All of a sudden, music started, we heard a screech, and we were under attack.
Well done, Master.
But early on, when you first start out adventuring, You want to have a healer, that way you're not constantly going through your potions. See, up, I hear a war bugle. That means a whole bunch of enemies have been summoned, and now I can see them in the trees.
I will protect you.
Our vocation just ranked up, so now we can go to Vocation Guild and we can purchase new skills, new augments.
Now then, which way?
Do we decide based on our experience?
So this path right here leads up into this area up here, and that's an optional area. We want to stay on this road here to take us into Melve. So we're going to follow it down, and we're going to come across right here and into Melve. There's a few things up here we can explore. For now, we just want to get to the next town.
To our instincts.
So we'll stay on this road. Just traveling at night can be quite dangerous, so you want to get to your destination before nighttime. But, I mean, you can see just how big this world is. All the stuff we can go up in there and explore. That area all the way over there that all the smoke's rising from, we can go to there.
My thanks. Just what I needed.
I can see a pig over here. Sometimes animals get stuck. These guys are cool. They're golden trove beetles. They increase the amount of things you can carry. You can either go through here to Melve, cross this bridge here, and you can go straight through, or you can take a detour right and they'll both go to the same place. There's that ballista we got shot down. They shot down our griffin with. And Melve is just right here. We're gonna save right outside.
Behold the state of the village. 'Tis a sorry sight indeed.
And this will be our first video. Our first Let's Play.